Okay, howdy people. We're just going to have a general play around today. I'm going to make this available to everybody. It's not particularly anything special, but I'll do a link for it in the video and I'll share the link around. So basically it's a little zip file and I've called it ZIL training for 4.0, and within that, if we go to what makes that up, he says ZIL training. In fact, let's just open it up because then I can show you. So in here we've got all of the ZIL/ZIL library files, or community library files. We've got a game that I was working on, still am working on, which is the Five Nights at Jeff's game. The reason that I've included that is because it's got some really useful code for transit code for moving NPCs around. So I've got the Steve Moretsky original manual in here. I've got the ZAP manual, and then down here we've got again our community one, the ZIL reference guide. So I've also got my verbs plus, which I tend to include on most of my games. The reason why they're all .text is because at the moment ChatGPT is having some issues sort of accepting ZIL files. It doesn't recognize the .zil extension, or it tries, but it just says it's unable to do anything with them. So by just simply renaming them to .text, all of a sudden ChatGPT is able to access it, and you just need to make it clear that that's what's happening. So okay, so you've got that. So what do you do with it? Well, if we go to, this is ChatGPT. Let's have a look. So I've already had all of these conversations. Let me see if I can reload the conversations from yesterday. But what you do is, in here, down in the chat bar at the bottom where you talk through to ChatGPT, is you tell it something like, let me see, here we go, we scroll all the way up. Okay, so here I put right, so this is this is the, it's all about the prompts, right? So this is the thing. So the prompt, you know what, I'm even going to actually copy this, and then I'm actually going to put it into this location. Can I do a little new text? No, okay, I thought that'd be too easy. Let's just quickly do a text file, bop, save as. Let's save it in here as well. Let's call it learn ZIL prompt, and then I'll stick it in here as well. Upload this. Let's go back one. Okay, cool. So there we go. So now what you do is you'll upload it as I have there. You'll drop in that prompt or something similar to it, and I'm just literally, it's very, it's very cordial. It's very unofficial. I've just put together a zip file which contains everything I have on ZIL coding. I've listed them: manual, example games, development games, so on and so forth. And then I basically said, look, if I upload this, please analyze it, please learn it. And then from that we were able to do some really clever things, and it's come on. I remember trying this last year, and if you'd said create me some ZIL code, it would just create some very generic Lisp, vaguely Lisp-like code, but it is absolutely creating it now. So we're going to try something. Let's say Okay, so let's prime it. So let's put, we're going to write a game using ZIL code. Again, are you ready? I like being quite unofficial with it. My laptop does seem to be really on a go slow whenever I record anything. It doesn't really like OBS and doing much else. Okay. Oh wow. Okay, so it's straight away it's on one. Ooh, hello. It's off. Okay, so this is kind of what it do. Oh, it's creating a. Oh, hello. What is it doing? Ha. Oh wow, it's actually gone off and created an entire game. So let me just have a look. Right. Absolutely, I'm ready to help you writing a game. Let's define a basic concept for the game and set up the initial ZIL code structure. Let's create a game called The Lost Artifact, where the player explores a small museum to find a hidden artifact. Player needs to find clues to locate the artifact. Okay, well, you know what? That's what it wants to do. That's what we're going to do. So it should know. Let's call it artifact. And then we'll store it in. It's better create its own game. Let's call it artifact. Right. Let's paste it in here. Now, the reason that it knows all to... Oh, hello. Right, so straight away it's done a couple of... it's made a couple of little rookie errors. So it knows to include this header code. That's what I've kind of trained it to do. It also is aware of the library files. In fact, let's just check that we are. Remind me again, please. What are the standard ZIL library files? Okay, so it should, and it may remind itself, and it may edit out the verb lib, because it doesn't really need that, obviously, if it's just going to include the parser from the ZILF library. Okay, so here we go. Look. Okay, so parser, verb lib. Okay, so it's made one up there. Fence, goal, orphan, pronoun, pseudo, scope, template, and verbs. Okay, so that's, I guess, what you call that hallucination thing. I'll just tell it straight. Nearly. There is no verb lib file in the standard library files. You have the rest correct though. I'll give it a pointer. Remember, in the main game file we only need to reference parser.zil for the rest of the ZIL library files to be included. Okay, so let's see what it does with that. So I don't know where it's quite got that one from. It's kind of hallucinated that one. So let's just see if it corrects itself now. Okay, right. So okay, so it's now remembered it. Okay, now we go. Here we go. Look. So now it's just doing that one. Now it's just including parser in there. And this is kind of what it's. This is a good example actually of what it's like. It gets 90% of it there, which, you know, that's kind of good enough for me. I mean, at some point, obviously, it's going to get even better and it's going to do 100%. But really, even right now, just for prototyping, this is great because this has immediately sped the whole thing up. Oh, it's giving some options now. Let's create music. Okay, well, slow down. It's speeding up ahead of me here. Okay, I'm just going to repaste in everything that we've got. Let's, out of interest, what shall we do? Should we try to compile that one? Tell you what we do need to do while I think about it is we need to actually go into it and add in the library files. Whoop, there we go. And go back and into here. I'm curious to know if that compiles actually. Should we just give it a quick run and see? So I'm going to do that. As usual, you'll note that there's probably much better ways of doing all of this. I'm probably doing it quite clunky, but that's just how I roll. Go into here. Okay. ZILF. Was it in lowercase or uppercase? Oh. What's the file name? Was that in uppercase or artifact? Right. Oh, okay. First mistake, sorry. Is it's in plain text. We don't want that. We want it in ZIL. There we go. Boom. Let's do that one. And we don't want it to be called mud. Oh, bugger. Artifact.zil. Save. Okay. So let's just come out of this a minute. Okay, we can just get rid of that one. Again, there's probably a better way of doing all this, but I don't know what that is. So, right. ZILF artifact.zil. Okay, one error. Oh, okay, what's it doing? Calling unassigned atom. Line 6, one error. Okay, let's have a look at line 6. Global artifact found question mark false. Now, truthfully, I have absolutely no idea what that error message means, but I'm going to guess that it's because we've got a question mark there. I don't actually know if you can do that, but you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to actually let ChatGPT try and fix it. So what I think it is that we don't need the question mark, and we also don't need that in there. I think we could just delete that and just have the two brackets. But I'm curious to know if I tell ChatGPT. Okay, before we do anything else, I tried to compile and got the following error message, because we can always pick up and add puzzles in later. Okay, and I'm going to paste that there. Boosh. Okay, let's see what it says. Go. Okay, so it's left the question mark in and it's put nil. T is for true and nil is for false. I'm not sure where it's got that from. Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to give it a refresher. So before we go any further, let's just refresh on ZIL code. Please read and analyze the uploaded files. Oh, crikey, there we go, uploaded files. And train on them. And train on the info. There we go, can't spell the word analyze. Is that just because I've done it in... No, because I can't spell it. Right, fair enough. Right, so I'm just going to reissue it because it looks like it's maybe gone a bit wobbly. So I'll give it the Steve Moretsky manual, and I'll also give it the community one. So let's just give it those two. Boom. So I'm just going to, and this is the thing, every now and again it starts to get a little bit creative and go off on its own. But if I give it these two manuals, it should kind of reset it back. We'll see if it actually alters the code off the back of doing that. So at the minute it's just rereading the documents, it's training on the data. Basically it's kind of not relearning ZIL, but it's kind of it's you know, it's as if you've got a little, you haven't, you know, drove for a while, you're a little bit rusty and you want to go and take a few lessons to get up to speed again. It's taking its time reading the documents. I'm having quite a bit of this. I don't know if this is my connection or whether this is ChatGPT running slow. I don't know, but I've got quite a bit of this. So I'm finding that I'm having to kind of F5 it a little bit to speed this bad boy up. Let's just wait a minute. It may be that it's in PDFs as well. It occasionally seems to do better with text documents or Word documents. It's having a bit of a wobbly. Oh, hello. It's gone off on one. What's that? No. Oh, okay. Well, you're seeing the problems of working with it. Here we go. Okay, let's start again. First, let's refresh on the ZIL code training. Please analyze and train from these uploads. Uploaded files. Right, let's try that one again. So you see it's not perfect. But this is the thing, this is kind of all the learning process. I'm hoping that, I don't know whether I'm directly contributing to it here or whether or not I'm just kind of learning it in the context of its own session. And then what I do find though is, providing you click on the left and reuse these links, it does retain quite a bit of knowledge. Okay, so I'm just going to let this do its thing for a second. Okay. Okay, reading documents. Again, I don't know if this is my connection or it's my laptop or if it's just ChatGPT. It does tend to go a bit sluggish, which it seems to be doing now. And if I F5, okay, wait. Okay. It's yeah, it's really struggling with this one actually today. This is ironic when I actually sit down to record one of these sessions. No, it's really not well, is it? Okay, let's just come out of that. Let's start that one again. Don't know if it's timed out or whatever it's got, but previous 7 days. Okay, I'll put hi there, ready to retrain on ZIL code. Let's see if it the basics first. Let me upload 2 manuals for you to review, analyze and train on. Crikey, I wish I would stop misspelling the word analyze. Okay, let's give it a go again. One last go. Here we go. Okay, so it's absorbed those in now. Okay, so now let's go back to the game. Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to go ahead and actually edit this and just to what I think it is, and I might be wrong, but I think it's just that. So let's save that. See if that does it. Yeah, okay, so that's it. Okay, so it nearly got there then. It just basically made that error. So if I now do, let's, okay. We were working on a game called Find the Artifact. Let me share the code with you again. We need to enhance it with puzzles to solve. Okay. Right. I've just realised as well at the bottom it's actually got... Oh, where's my thing? I always get those confused. I just realised at the bottom as well it's actually got player object yourself. I don't think we need that one, do we? But we'll probably just chop that out in a minute. It might edit that out itself actually. Okay, so I'll have a look what it's done. So puzzle in ancient Egypt. A hidden key can be found by examining the artifacts. The key is invisible until the player examines the correct artifact. The passage to the hidden room is locked and requires the golden key. The passage can be unlocked by using the key. A strange piece of art with movable parts that, when solved, reveals the golden key. Ooh, okie dokie. Let's have a look. So this, okay, so I want to actually quickly address something now actually, because this is quite a good example. So let's just get rid of that and replace it with the ZIL code. Okay, so just to kind of address one of the many elephants in the room with AI, the thing about this is that this is kind of ChatGPT now in the driving seat. So what I've basically done is let's design a game, and it's kind of ran off and done it. So you might, now if I was to kind of save this and submit it into I could save it and submit it into a competition. Likely wouldn't do very well, but I could save it and submit it. And maybe we're going to see a lot of that going forward, I don't know. But the thing is, what the other way around to do this is to write a very kind of detailed description of the game, literally like a screenplay. Just script out what you want in the game, in your game, what you want to happen, how you want it to work, blow by blow, then feed it in and then let ChatGPT run off and do the rest. So we'll do that. So first of all, we'll let ChatGPT drive, and then we'll perhaps do it the other way around. Okay, so let's see, is it wanting me to compile it? Let's have a look. With his enhancements, bloody blah. Okay, so let's give it a go. Okay, alright, so this is a pretty common one. I'm just going to go ahead and actually fix this myself, I think, because I've kind of learnt what this is. So whenever you get this error message, which is expected object or brackets but found end of file, basically it's missing a bracket. Now ChatGPT is pretty good at balancing out the brackets. And fortunately, in what are we in? What's this called again? Microsoft Visual Code. Microsoft Visual Code. What the heck am I using? Well, this whatever this is called. Visuals. Sorry, this is the medication kicking in. My memory's just shot these days. So yeah, I can't remember what I was talking about now. Anyway, so look, it does do a pretty good job of balancing it out. But my guess is somewhere, probably in one of the first routines, it won't have got the brackets balanced. And it hasn't. Look, there we go. So that one you can see it's balanced. This one, if I click here, it goes to there instead of there. So we are short of a bracket. So is it another bracket? Yes. Right. So save that. Let's check everything else. In fact, no. Let's try and compile with that. Actually, let's see if that's done. Did I save it? Let me try saving it just to make sure. Here we go. No, it's not done it. Okay, so we're still a bit wonky somewhere. Let's do it's one there as well. Save that. Try it again. No, we're still a bit wonky, so let's go down. It tends to get the rooms correct. It's when it tends to do the routines. So a bit strange art. This one here, I bet it's got this one wrong. Yeah. I've been trying a little bit unsuccessfully to get it to recognise that it's missing out a closed bracket each time. Routine. There we go. Right, save that. Routine already defined VLOOK. Okay, let's copy that. Okay, so what I'm going to do to try and train it, I'm going to explain what's happened. So, tried to compile, but got errors. The problem was that many of the routines didn't have equal brackets. So please refer to the edited code and learn what the fix was. Okay, so if we do that, what it should do is well, this is what I've been trying to do previously, is trying to get it to recognise that the brackets aren't balanced. Oh, hang on, I think it's got it. Let me go back up. Great, let's fix the mismatched brackets and ensure all the routines. Okay, well I have. I'm curious to see if it actually edits it in the other direction now and cocks it up, because obviously we've got it fixed at the minute. You'll also notice eventually it'll get to a point where it can't fit all of the code into one screen, and that starts to get it a little bit messy. Okay, yeah, balance the brackets, routine closures. There we go. Right, this should compile now, so we already know that it's working, but let's just chop that out and put in the code as created by ChatGPT, because I want to know that it's learnt from it and not bodged it up and actually re-entered the brackets back in. Sorry, yeah, got the unequal brackets back. Okay, so it's already talking about VLOOK. Right, okay. So routine VLOOK. So I know from just experience that we don't need this to be a VLOOK routine, because that's already defined in the standard library files. So what that should be is a routine that's set against. Okay, so what it's okay, I get what it's tried to do. it's tried to collect together, and it's not. It actually would work if we didn't have the other code files, but because we do, it doesn't need this. So what it's trying to do is group together all the looks. So it's basically grouping it together so that if you look at the ancient Egypt, if you look at medieval Europe, if you look at modern art, you get all of these answers. So I get why it's doing it, but we don't need it to write this way. So let's tell it that. In fact, let's actually give it the error message and then tell it what the problem is. Or actually, you know what? Let's let it work it out for itself, because we know what the problem is. But will ChatGPT be able to work it out if I tell it? Okay. Another error on compile. Please see below. It's like I'm typing to my colleagues at work. Right. Right, let's see if it actually can fix it itself and it works out that actually... I think it's got it. I think it's got it. The error indicates that the VLOOK routine is already defined, which might be a conflict with an existing routine in the parser library. Yes. Rename VLOOKUP routine. Okay. Custom VLOOKUP. Okay. Fair enough. I'm not sure that will work, but routine custom VLOOK. Yeah, but what's the syntax? Where is it getting that? Is it just defining that routine and not linking it to? Because if it's not linked to syntax, I won't be able to actually type that. Okay, you know what? Let's roll with it because I'm curious to know. You know what? It might be right and I might not be, but let's see. Delete that. There. No. This is the only thing, is you constantly have to delete the code at the top. There we go. Save that one. Go back into here. Do that. Oh, okay. Now it's having a bit of a mess. So now we've got other messages. Visible, move, and long description. Doesn't seem to like long description for some reason on this one. See that same part again, 112. Yeah, it really doesn't like this code, does it? I'm tempted to just chop this out and kind of crowbar it and force it to actually acknowledge that that's not the best way to do it. But that's it. But okay, so I'm going to leave it there for the moment, but that gives you an idea of kind of one way of doing it. What I'll do in the next video is actually just take more of the driving seat, so I'll come up with a game idea rather than let ChatGPT create it, and then we'll see if we can get that up and running, because that's probably going to be the more useful example for anybody that's wanting to code one together, especially if it's for something that you want to put it into a competition or something like that. So yep, I'll catch you on the next video.